Hi, this is Kim Reads Urantia. How are you doing? And today we're reading from the Urantia book, and we're also reading from Light the Flame by Andrew Harvey. And this is August 3rd. This little short prayer is by St. John of the Cross. St. John of the Cross is not the same St. John that was the apostle. This was a Spanish Catholic priest, a mystic, and a Carmelite friar of converso origin. Okay, this is Wikipedia right here. Okay, so he lived from 1542 to 1591 in Spain. Okay. All right. So Catholic priest and mystic. Return, O dove. So the wounded stag rises over the horizon's dawn, refreshed by the wind of your flight. Okay. So I am the wounded stag. We are the wounded, the tired, that, you know what I mean? We're just all, tired and dirty, and the wounded stag. But we're refreshed by the wings of this beautiful dove. So the wounded stag rises over the horizon's dawn, because we have to keep going, even though we're wounded, even though it's hard, and we're tired, and we're frustrated, and we're irritated. That dove comes to us, the beautiful dove, and refreshes us and gives us the will to carry on this fight. Whatever endeavor, whatever the purpose of your life is, carry on. Be strong. Okay. Good. All right. All right. We are on paper 14. Creatures of the Central Universe. Creatures of the Central Universe. Sorry. It's been a busy couple days. I'm just tired. Right. This is the Central and Divine Universe, Section 4, Creatures of the Central Universe. There are 7 basic forms of living things and beings on the Havona worlds, and each of these basic forms exists in 3 distinct phases. Each of these 3 phases is divided into 70 major divisions. Okay, 3 distinct phases, 70 major divisions, and each major division is composed of 1,000 minor divisions. With yet other subdivisions and so on. Wow. Okay, so they're talking about like kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species type classifications of all these life forms, living things. So three distinct phases. So we're thinking phases of like development, and each phase is divided into 70 divisions. Okay. Because when I'm thinking of a phase, it's like time. Like I'm thinking of Pokemon evolving into, like, it could be a Squirtle, and then it goes to a Blastoise, right? Right? these Pokemon evolve into things. Okay. It's interesting. And there's other subdivisions. Okay, these basic life groups might be classified as 1, material, 2, morontial, 3, spiritual, 4, absonite, 5, ultimate, 6, co-absolute, 7, absolute. Decay and death are not a part of the cycle of life on the Havona worlds. In the central universe, the lower living things undergo the transmutation of materialization. They do change form and manifestation, but they do not resolve by process of decay and cellular death. The Havona natives are the offspring of the Paradise Trinity. Okay? They are without creature parents, and they are non-reproducing beings. We cannot portray the creation of these citizens of the central universe, beings who never were created. They're more like eventuated or something. So they're the offspring of the Paradise Trinity, okay? The entire story of the creation of Havona is an attempt to time, space, and eternity fact, which has no relation to time or space as mortal man comprehends them. Okay, this has no relation to time or space as we comprehend them, but there is kind of a reality of it. But we must concede human philosophy a point of origin. Even personalities far above the human level require a concept of beginnings. Nevertheless, the Paradise Havona system is eternal. The natives of Havona live on the billion spheres of the central universe in the same sense that's Vinny. Vinny, what are you trying to do? Vinny the cat. Vinny the cat, the troublemaker. I have the queen. I have Queen Margot. And I have troublemaker Vinny. Okay, all right. Yeah. Where was I at here? Okay. The natives of Havona live on the billion spheres of the central universe in the same sense that other orders of permanent citizenship dwell on their respective spheres of nativity. As the material order of sonship carries on the material, intellectual, and spiritual economy of a billion local systems in a super universe, so in a larger sense do the Havona natives live and function on the billion worlds of the central universe. You might possibly regard these Havoners as material creatures in the sense that the word material could be expanded to describe the physical realities of the divine universe. Okay, so there's no death here in Havona, and this is kind of like a loose portrayal of this place because there's limited space-time there. So these are kind of like material creatures. Okay, the word material would need to be expanded to describe these things. So it's a different kind of materiality that they have there. Okay, Okay, there is a life that is native to Havona and possesses significance in and of itself. Havoners minister in many ways to paradise descenders and to superuniverse ascenders, but they also live lives that are unique in the central universe and have relative meaning quite apart from either paradise or the superuniverses. As the worship of the faith sons of the evolutionary worlds ministers to the satisfaction of the universal Father's love, so the exalted adoration of the Habona creatures satiates the perfect ideals of divine beauty and truth. As mortal man strives to do the will of God, these beings of the central universe live to gratify the ideals of the Paradise Trinity. In their very nature, they are the will of God. Man rejoices in the goodness of God. Havoners exult in the divine beauty, while you both enjoy the ministry of the liberty of living truth. Havoners have both optional present and future unrevealed destinies. Optional present and future unrevealed destinies. I think it's an interesting statement. In their nature, they are the will of God. Wow. Okay. So in that sense, we are kind of like human doings because we are doing the will of God, whether they are the will of God. Okay, but these people have destinies, and there is a progression of native creatures that is peculiar to the central universe. A progression that involves neither ascent to paradise nor penetration of the super universes. So they have progression just within Havona. This progression to higher Havona status may be suggested as follows. 1. Experiential progress outward from the first to the seventh circuit. Progress inward from the seventh to the first circuit. Intra-circuit progress, progression within the worlds of a given circuit. But that is, to them, that's a progression. In addition to the Havona natives, the inhabitants of the central universe embrace numerous classes of pattern beings for various universe groups, advisors, directors, and teachers of their kind and to their kind throughout creation. All beings in all universes are fashioned along the lines of some one order of pattern creature living on some one of the billion worlds of Havona. Even the mortals of time have their goal and ideals of creature existence on the outer circuits of these pattern spheres on high. Okay, so these beings have their own kind of existence. So there's also and they have visitors or people who emigrate to Havona. That includes us, right? So all the beings who come through there from other places. Right. Then there are those beings who have attained the Universal Father and who are entitled to go and come, who are assigned here and there in the universes on missions of special service. and on every Havona world will be found the attainment of candidates, those who have physically attained the central universe, but who have not yet achieved that spiritual development which will enable them to claim paradise residence. The attainment candidates. Okay, so there's people who can come and go to see the Father, the Trinity, and they are assigned here and there in the universes. And then there's people who are still ascending that are going up through there. The infinite spirit is represented on the Havona world by a host of personalities. Beings of grace and glory who administer the details of the intricate intellectual and spiritual affairs of the central universe. On these worlds of divine perfection, they perform the work indigenous to the normal conduct of this vast creation, and in addition, carry on the manifold tasks of teaching, training, and ministering to the enormous numbers of ascendant creatures who have climbed to glory from the dark worlds of space. There are numerous groups of beings native to the Paradise Havona system that are in no way directly associated with the ascension scheme of creature perfection attainment. Therefore, they are omitted from the personality classifications presented to the mortal races. Only the major groups of superhuman beings and those orders directly connected with your survival experience are herein presented. Okay, so there are beings there that are not connected, that are not ascending or descending beings. Okay, and we don't need to know about them. So they're not presented here. They don't, but they are there. Okay. Havona teams with the life of all phases of intelligent beings who there seek to advance from lower to higher circuits in their efforts to attain higher levels of divinity realization and enlarged appreciation of supreme meanings, ultimate values, and absolute reality. I like to think of Havona teeming with the life of all phases of intelligent beings. Nice. Okay. Well, there you go. That's where we're going. I'd like to meet some of those creatures. Yes, indeed. All right. Thank you very much. You have a really good day. Bye.